Hey, good day, fam. Master Coach G here on Thriving After 50, Mind, Body, Soul. And today I'm talking about the importance of water. I've been talking about the pillars, the principles of good health, and water is definitely one of those principles and pillars. I know it's something that most of us don't give much thought to, so that's the reason why we're going to explore why water is so important for our health, and the benefits of drinking enough water and the benefits of what it does for our body. So join me for Thriving After 50, Mind, Body, Soul, as we talk about the importance of water. Master Coach G here, and I'll see you on the next level. Good day, Master Coach G here. Thriving After 50, Mind, Body, Soul. And in today's episode, I am going to be talking about water, the importance of water. I know that it's something that most of us don't give much thought to. However, water is definitely an important component of our health. And I want to explore that today so that we will have the knowledge so that we can apply it and be able to utilize this knowledge so that we can improve our quality of health. So getting enough water every day is important to our health. It's vital. Why hydrate, you say? Because drinking enough water can prevent dehydration, number one, which is a condition that can create and cause other issues like unclear thinking. It can also result in your mood changing. Some people even get headaches from not having enough water. It causes your body to overheat. It can also lead to constipation and kidney stones. So you see, that's why water is important. Water has no calories, so you can help yourself to as much of it as you want. But there is a system to how much water you should drink, and I'm going to definitely talk about that a little bit later. But water also helps you to be able to manage your weight because you're reducing the calories that you're taking in. So that's the reason why it helps you to be able to manage your weight. So what you need to do is to substitute the drinks that has the calories, like the sweet tea and the sodas, the stuff that you drink on a regular. You need to substitute that with water. So, and I know that, some people may have this thing where it's like, I got to have my sweet tea, okay, well, you can do that in a few different ways, especially if you want to brew your own tea at home. And that's what I always did. I always brewed my own tea. And it was always green tea, which is definitely something that was helpful for my weight loss. That was. You could use a substitute. And when I say substitute sweetener, I don't mean Splendor or anything like that. I mean like the brown sugar or the pure sugar. You could use that if you want a little sweetness to your tea. But I definitely recommend that you brew your own tea, make your green tea if you can, and just, drink that versus, going out buying sweet tea or making sweet tea at home. The green tea is definitely better for you if you are trying to lose the weight. Now, back to water. Water helps your body to keep a normal temperature. And, of course, that's really important in the summertime, but it's important at all times. But it definitely helps to regulate your body temperature. Another thing that it does is that it lubricates your joints. Now, we know that as we get older, our joints start to kind of give us a little problems. But this drinking enough water definitely helps to lubricate the joints. And for anyone who may be suffering with arthritis, this is something that will be very helpful to you, is your water intake. because it helps to lubricate your joints. It also protects your spinal cord, which is very, very important. You know, you have all those discs in between your spinal column. So yes, that's very important that you drink enough water so that you can protect your spine, because you want it to be healthy as well. And other sensitive tissues. Water also helps us to get rid of waste. Okay, that happens through urination, perspiration, or even bowel movements. Our body is made up of 60% of water, which means that it's crucial for us to replenish whatever water that we're losing throughout the day. Whether that's going to the bathroom to urinate or bowel movements, whatever that is, you need to be able to replace that water. I have a rule where anytime that I go to urinate, I always drink water after that, which is a good reminder, because what you're doing is you're replenishing the water that you just lost. So that's one of the things that you could definitely start to practice. That, and yes, water does keep you in the restroom, and I realize that. However, what it does for your body is definitely worth the trips to the restroom. Definitely. However, I would say that should be a cutoff time. For me, I don't drink water after 7 p.m. because I don't want to be up all night going to the restroom. So 7 o'clock is my cutoff time, is the last drink of water that I have for the evening, for that reason alone, just so that I won't go to the bathroom. But it is important that we do consume enough water during the daytime, especially if we're sweating, or if we are active, or if we're just out in the heat. Water is definitely important to stay hydrated. It also helps our cells and our organs, okay? It helps our tissues, and regulating our body temperature is important. It's an important function that our body has to do, because there's so many other things that depend on it, like our cells, our tissues, because nutrients travel through the water. That's how it gets from point A to point B. So here are some of the benefits of water. It optimizes the flow of oxygen and the nutrients to your cells. So you probably know that hydration is important when it's blazing hot outside. But daily hydration is really important, but it's just a necessity. It really is a necessity, because there's so many other things that is depending on our body having the water, our cells, our tissue, the nutrients, the way that it travels through our body. It's a necessity that we drink water. But the most important thing, that it does regulate our body temperature. So that's why it's very important to replenish the water that you lose throughout the day. It's vital, okay? Water is necessary for our cells, our organs, and our tissues to be at its normal temperature, the temperature that it should be at, in order for them to function. So that's the reason why water is so important, and that it regulates our body temperature, because we have cells, we have organs that depend on us getting water so that it can function the way it should. And that's why water is so important. And I know that, we don't really think about water in that capacity, but we should. We really should have to think about that, and how the nutrients get to our cells. And here's another thing. It levels our blood pressure. It also aids in our digestive system. So like let's say you were constipated, drinking water also helps you, because drinking water helps you with your digestive system. It protects your organs and your tissues. And I'm telling you, if you are suffering from arthritis, drinking enough water, you will definitely feel more comfortable from drinking water, especially if you have any type of daily activity, whether it's walking or out in your garden or anything like that. You will definitely be able to feel the difference from drinking enough water. Water also helps you to maintain your electrolytes. It helps you to balance your electrolytes in your body. So that's why we should consume enough water. So here is the rule of consuming what we should consume, and everybody is different. And that's the reason why I think this particular rule is one fits all, because it goes according to your body weight. So what we should consume on a daily basis, we should consume half of our body weight in ounces. Okay, so let's say you weigh 135 pounds. Then you should consume 67.5 ounces of water a day. Okay, so if you weigh 135 pounds, you should consume 67.5 ounces of water a day. That's half of your body weight in ounces. And that's what you should be consuming in order for your cells, your joints, your organs, your tissues, all that stuff to stay healthy and functioning, your body temperature, all that stuff to function in the proper manner. 67.5 ounces of water a day, if in fact you weigh 135 pounds. So what you do is you divide half of your body weight, and that's how you get to the number of ounces that you should be consuming. You know, I know they say, oh, drink eight glasses of water a day. Well, 8 glasses for some people is too much water. And I know that, you may think, well, there's no such thing as too much water. Yeah, there is such a thing as too much water. So half of your body weight in ounces and you're safe. Okay. Here's some quick tips to maintain some healthy drinking habits when it comes to water. Understanding your personal needs, which is the half of your body weight. That's the first thing. So here's what I do is I keep a reusable bottle. But my bottle it has crystals in them. And the reason why I use a glass bottle is because I don't drink out of plastic, because of the BPA that is in plastic. So I don't drink out of plastic. So I have a glass. I either drink out of stainless steel or I drink out of glass. Those are the only two containers that I personally drink out of. But my glass container has crystals in the bottom of it, is sealed in the bottle. And the reason why I do that is because there's minerals that's in crystals that my body doesn't get through my food. So that's the reason why I drink out of a crystal glass bottle. Just a little tip in case you want to convert from plastic to either stainless steel or glass. Even when I drink any hot beverage, is out of a stainless steel container. So I have a reusable bottle so that way I can refill it throughout the day. I make sure that I keep water in my car. I have it in the house. I keep water constantly with me so I can continue to refill my bottle throughout the day until I get my quota in for the day, if you will. Here's another thing that's very helpful. It's helpful to me, and I think you'll find it helpful as well, is set a reminder on your phone. I use an app and it's called Habits. It's a really good app because it just doesn't remind you about water, but it reminds you of other things, whether it's, what time you go to bed, whether it's time to read or you want to go exercise. I mean, it has all that on there, or you can just set a timer on your phone, or your watch to remind you to, when it's time to drink water. I would say at least every couple of hours you should be drinking water, and gradually increase your intake until you get to where you should be, whatever that is. If it's 67.5, then, and if you're not there, then continue to gradually work your way up to that, because, it may be a challenge to get from 0 to 67.5, and I understand that, but just start the process, whether it's 1 bottle a day and then tomorrow is 2 bottles a day, then the next day is 3 bottles a day. However you have to get there, just get to that point. Okay. Here's another little tip that you can use. Eat food that's high in water. We're getting ready to get into the watermelon season. Definitely lettuce, celery, cantaloupe. Those foods are high in water. Consume a lot of those foods. And I know a lot of people say, well, water is boring. Okay, well, you know what? Spice it up a little bit, put you some fruit in there, throw a few mint leaves in there, fresh mint leaves, and Put some fruit in there, some strawberries, some lime, some lemon, some cucumbers even, so that way it won't be so boring. Whatever your flavor is, whatever it is that you like, throw it in there, because it'll definitely spice up the water. So that way you can replace the sodas and the sweet tea with your own flavored water. It'll be your own thing. It's just you'll have a infusion of what you like, and that way you will be almost guaranteed that you'll drink it. So that is something that you can definitely do. Now, here's something else that I definitely want to stress as I get ready to close is if you're on any type of medication, make sure that you're drinking at least 16 ounces extra a day. You should drink at least one extra 16 ounces of bottle of water a day, because when you're on medication, it absorbs a lot of the water in our bodies, and that means that your cells and your tissues and your joints is not getting what it needs because the medication is absorbing the water. So if you're on medication, drink at least 16 ounces extra a day, every single day. Okay? So, hey, that's what I have for you today. I hope that this has added value to your life. Remember that knowledge applied is power. This is Master Coach G. I'll see you on the next level. Hey, I just want to thank you for joining me here on Thriving After 50, Mind, Body, Soul. If you were able to glean some nuggets from this episode, become a subscriber, and every time that I drop something, you will receive a notification. Oh, please like it, please share it, so that someone else will be able to glean and receive some information that will also help them to improve their health and their quality of life. I appreciate you. Thank you. Coach G here, and I'll see you on the next level.